Okay, so I need to fix my current situation came down. But anyways, we're gonna start a new reading vlog where I'm going to basically cram read and rush through rush through the end of the year to really try to finish up these reading challenges because I have not been diligent about them recently. Okay, so right now, what I can tell you, I started Twisted Game, so that's the dark romance that I had on my 25 in 25 reading challenge. So I'm starting with that one, and that is by the one by Ava Ashwood. This is not by Anna Huang. That one was, I thought that series was just okay. But this one we have a girl that is in college dealing with some dudes. Like, it's really like a guy and his brothers. Like, they're the main kind of focus, I guess, of this series. Because it is a beginning of a series. But this is the Filthy Wicked Psycho series. And yeah, that's an accurate description because she meets them when she is trying to make money. Like, she needs to make money fast. And so she's selling very precious material, I guess, in a sketchy location, trying to make some like big cash real quick, and these guys swoop in and basically do a crime right in front of her face, and so now they basically threatened to end her if she snitches. So now they're like very embedded in her life because they're trying not to, which is you know interesting because of the circumstances of the other one. They went to end somebody that did their mom in, and so now they're like, well, we can't just put her in because then that makes us the same as that guy. So that's the reasoning of why she is not gone. But now they're very invested in her because now they have to keep tabs on her and make sure she's not snitching, which is a lot of extra work. But now they're invested. Now they're like slowly becoming invested, and their lives are becoming intertwined, and it's becoming this whole thing because they're basically stalking her. And yeah, these are like big dudes with like a crap ton of tattoos, and they look scary, it sounds like. So it's an interesting time. Like it's nothing about this is fun. Her mom sucks. Her mom is like stealing money from her left and right. And so nobody's having a good time here. But it you can see like them slowly coming together. So and they're basically like making her life better, which is crazy. It is kind of crazy, but yeah. So it's her and like they're like three brothers. A couple of them are twins, and she's just like they're just getting embedded in each other's lives, and it's very interesting how this is working out. So yeah, I guess the win is a win. But anyways, so that's the beginning of that, and I'll come back probably when I finish it, and then after that we'll see which one we do next. I think we're gonna do maybe some randomization type stuff in order to figure out the next read. So that'll be fun. Anyways, okay, so I finished listening to Twisted Game, the audiobook, and this was not for me, let me tell you. So like there is an interesting part of like there's this dude that's like basically blackmailing them into working for them, like because there's three brothers, and one of them was in jail, and in order for like this dude randomly broke him out, but now he's like, well, you better basically do what I say, I'm gonna send him back to jail. And so that's the interesting part, honestly, because the shit with this girl is super weird. Like this is a very specific taste that you have to have because I'm not into it. Like, I mean, I've read Reverse Harem before, and that was fine. That's not the part that bothers me about this book. The part that bothers me is that why are the three brothers, like, they're not taking turns. They're, like, watching each other go. I'm like, why would you basically want to watch your brother getting it on? And then, that's the part that gets me, because I'm like, this is, like, y'all are getting off on watching your brother do stuff? This is borderline incense. Like, no. Mm. That this is too much in the family for my liking. Like, if y'all like the same girl, that don't mean you gotta be doing it like this, though. Like, ugh. I've read a lot of questionable shit, but this I am not into. So, yes, I can't. This is where the line is, apparently. With, dark romance, it really makes you question where the lines are. What kind of content can you not stand to read? And I have found it. So I will not be continuing with this series. If that kind of thing doesn't bother you, and there's so much exhibition in this, like, people just, they're all just watching each other go, and I'm like, couldn't be me. Absolutely not. Even, like, I cannot suspend my, it's in the regular real world, and they're just doing that. No. I can't. I can't. So, that's that. This book gave me the ick. I have never, like, ugh, just basically said, ugh, like so many times out loud while listening to an audiobook. But this one was like, ugh, ugh, like, this was too much for me. But, if any of that sounds appealing to you, I mean, it's not like the worst book ever in terms of writing, and, like, the blackmail part's kind of interesting. But, no, I just can't listen to this kind of sexual interactions anymore. So I'm done with that. But if you can handle that, then maybe you'll like this. Oh my god! But anyways, we're moving on from that. So one more down from the list. I think. Let me see what the count is now. Because we're gonna keep track. So I am now. Oh, if I can find the list. I think I have 18 left to go. Might be wrong. Let me see. I'm gonna mark this one off on my list real quick. Yes, I still have 18 books to go on this list. So it's gonna be really tight. But anyways, so 18 out of 25, because we're just doing the 25 books and 25 list. So, for the next read, I don't have a coin to flip, so we're gonna throw a card in the air, and then, I'm gonna throw one of these cards in the air, and then based on heads or tails, we're gonna pick a book, because, yes, okay, so the 8 of Spades is gonna tell us, but here are the options, because I've narrowed it down to 2 that I would like to read next, and so, heads is gonna be Blood and Steel by Helen Schurer. I don't know. How Schurer? Maybe. So, anyways, we'll be reading that one. And then if it's tails, it's gonna be, the backside of the card, I guess. A Curse Carved in Bone, which I wanted to read this since a long time ago, but I just kept getting sidetracked by noise. Now is maybe its moment. We're gonna find out. So, heads and tails, fronts and backs, basically. So, we're gonna throw this card, and we're just gonna see when it lands. That is the back. It landed on the back. So, we're gonna go with A Curse Carved in Bone. There you go. Finally. I'm finally gonna complete this duology. But yeah, last time I gave the first one in this duology. Well, maybe it's a series. Why am I calling this a duology? But anyways, I gave the first book in this 5 stars, and I binged it really fast because I was like super invested. So I'm hoping that happens again. We're gonna see. But anyways, this is like an anticipated, like, I wanted to read this so bad this year. So anyways, we're gonna get on to that. Okay, so I read, or at least started this finally. I started A Curse Carved in Bone, and so far I am liking it. I'm into it. It started action-packed as hell, which is really good for me because my brain is soup these days. So far so good. It did take me a minute to remember what had happened previously, but I kind of remember now. Yeah, and so we're sitting. It starts immediately in some big fields because of how the first one ended. It's pretty intense, and yeah, so we start with like just a lot of intense stuff going on. So we're thrown back like pretty much immediately, I think, to kind of where we were. So I'm not mad at it, and so far I like it. So that's good. I'm not that far in yet. Like I keep getting distracted because it's the holidays already. Today's Thanksgiving, but here you go. So, anyways, a curse carved in bone. That's going well, and then I noticed that the audiobook at one of the libraries that I have access to had This Ravenous Fate available, and so I started listening to that too. What the hell? Anyways, so yeah, I started listening to This Ravenous Fate, and this one's a vampire book, and but set in like the 20s, so it kind of reminds me of oh, what's that book I just read? The Diviners. Since that's just the most recent book I read in that time frame, so it reminds me of that a little bit because there's that fantasy element of like they did experiments and made vampires, except instead of calling them vampires, they're calling them reapers. And so yeah, there's like vampires in the 1920s, and then there's obviously groups of people. One of our characters, she lives with her family that is doing like their whole organization, basically her family's organization is all about killing the reapers. So that's not great, but then she has like a friend or something, or at least like the girl she's into that is a reaper. But yeah, they get really dehumanized, so it's like double whammy because they're also black in the 1920s when that shit's still going hard. And so it's like double whammy nastiness. So it's not fun for them. But so basically she has a friend that's doing that, and like the rich girl, she like was in France doing whatever, and so her dad was gonna make her sister the heir because he was like, whatever, you're doing your career. He was gonna let her do whatever, but then she told him to send her sister away over there so that way she wouldn't have to get mixed up with the Reapers or whatever. I guess Reapers is an American thing? No, it's not. Because they say they're in other countries, so I don't understand. I don't understand why a different country is more safe. I guess just the way that it's set up. I guess it's an easier time over there. Probably less racist or less violent or something. I don't really know why. I kind of missed that part, that part of the explanation. But supposedly, it's safer to go to France, even though I think there's still stuff going on over there. But different countries have decided to deal with the Reapers differently. But over there, yeah, America, there's just going full murder hobo. So that's what's happening over there. And so her sister, she basically makes a deal with her dad, like, I'll be the heir, you can send her away. And so now she has to deal with this shit. Except, like, the girl she's into is a Reaper, so it's like, girl, your whole business is to kill Reapers. And everybody's like, girl, what the hell? So, that's a thing. That's a thing. There's also potentially a cure, it sounds like, for this, but apparently if they don't eat the blood of people, then they can like lose their human memories and basically become like demonic and like just give into the like ugly side of the nature of that. So it's like on steroids. Like they don't stay the same. Like over time they slowly like lose more humanity, basically, the longer you're a Reaper. But the other parts of it seem to be the same. Like they still gotta drink blood. They're still gonna live for a really long time. They're basically immortal. I think the rich girl's family basically, like, it sounds like they developed some like kind of special bullets to help kill the Reaper specifically. Like they took the murder hobo the murder hobo business very seriously. And so it's a whole thing. But yeah, but then at the same time they're like there's parties and it's prohibition and there's booze, secret booze parties and speakeasies and shit. So all of that's happening, and it's like it can be kind of confusing at times for that book. So I'm like, what are you doing now? But yeah. So those are the two books I'm reading right now, and then we'll see where we go from there. Okay, so updates. I am beyond halfway through this book. Like, I am intending to finish this today, and I'm like so hooked, and I'm glad. I'm so glad this is going well. I was kind of scared because I like heard other people kind of like not being as into this one as the first one, which I mean that's fair. Like the first one, I feel like it's you can't really replicate it for the sake of this. Like you know you're continuing on, and the dynamics are different, and there's like slightly different things going on. So, anyways, I'm into it though. Like there was a plot twist in here that I did not see coming. And like there's so much action and there's so much shit going on, and then like Freya's finding new depths to her power really, and that is fucking cool to me. So I just I like that she's angry, and I like that she's doing shit, and I like that people are scared of her. How many women get to say that? So anyways, I like that about this book, and I liked it about the first one. I just like the female rage. I like books with female rage. We don't get a whole lot of depictions of that, I feel like, and I just really like books that have it. So, anyways, I am still into this. So far, I'm thinking 4 stars, like, at least. I gave the other one 5 stars, but like, the first one, I binged that so hard, like, I was so invested. But this one, I'm slightly less invested, but I'm still pretty into it. Like, the stakes are high. A lot of shit is going on. And, like, a lot of stuff that we thought was pertinent turns out to be fake news and stuff, so it's an interesting time. It's an interesting time of like, oh wait, now we have to reframe this because new information has come to light anyway, so I'm into this. Yeah. And then I also finished this Ravenous Fate, which I think somewhere along the line I forgot that that was YA, but thinking about it like that, it got me like more into it, I think, realizing that. But I didn't realize that that was not a one-off book for some reason, and the sequel's out, so I think I'm gonna continue with the sequel of this Ravenous Fate. But that one, like, it's just rough. It's just rough. Like, when I thought our main character, when I thought Elise, like the rich girl in that book, was, you know, making like good progress, going the right direction, then she just like, she like did a snap thing that like, oh my god. That definitely made shit harder for her again. So, girl's gonna play like a fiddle in that book, and I kind of need to see where this is going because, you know, there's just a lot of stuff. There was, you know, a talk of a cure, and now but they're still talking about a cure. There still might be a cure for being a reaper, which is just vampires, but like, but people are also doing sideways science because of course they are, because if you can manipulate people and test on people and destroy their lives for your experiments and not treat them like humans and just be extremely unethical, then of course they do. Of course they do. There's so much corruption. So, yeah, that part is very realistic. It might be about fiction stuff, but there's always some crooked person doing crooked shit. And, you know, there's also that element, though, because she is younger, that she has to realize that her dad is one of those people that really sucks. I mean, you know from the beginning, pretty much, like, he's not on the good side, but our main character, or at least one of them, Elise has to kind of realize that and decide how she's going to deal with that going forward. And so that was like a big thing. And I liked that part about it because, you know, it's not that easy to like stand up to the shit your parents are doing. It's just not like, you know, it takes a lot to realize this is bad and this is not what I stand for. You know what I mean? Especially with your parents. So I like that about the book. And so I think I gave it 3.5. Yeah. I think some of the shit Elise was doing made me kind of, like in the beginning I wasn't as invested because of how these characters kind of are on the younger side and kind of doing some slightly dumb shit. But as she kind of gets her head out of her ass, of her privilege a little bit and starts seeing things, I feel like she became like more of a likable person as she realized things as she was going along, and she undergoes like a lot of character development, so I did like that part. And so yeah, so that's what I'm gonna continue, and we're gonna see where that goes. But yeah, girl's just, she's a little bit messy. She's a little bit messy, and that's what's making it interesting though. So we're gonna keep on with that series eventually. But yes, so far my goal is to finish this one today though. So here's hoping. So I started the Seventh Veil of Salome, and so this is like an old Hollywood book. So we have our main character Vera. She is trying to get like a role in Hollywood, like she's trying to be an actress and stuff. And basically, you know, she's finding that there's a lot of sexism, a lot of racism. Oh my god, they're so racist. But this was when everybody was like, yeah, we can still, like, you know, not put people together, basically. And everyone from Mexico is trying to pretend that they're Italian or Spanish or whatever to get roles. It's craziness. And yeah, and you know, and the men all think that you're supposed to give them favors. And basically it's just really gross. So she's not having the best time, and like, you know, she's with her like family there with her basically. And so her mom, she's got like an overbearing mom. She's like at that age where she's like, man, can you just get off my back? I'm just like, yeah, mood. So she's like, oh, I'm leaving, which is like, you don't do that. So that's a thing. Her mom is getting upset because she's already making news, but in like bad ways. So the news, it's like she got a role to be Salome in this movie, which is super religious and crazy, but then the dudes in that movie are like cringy nasty. They're like, oh, but I give you flowers, so now you owe me. I'm like, ugh. So there's a lot of that. But then like the actual movie is like crazy because like it's religious, right? But they want her to do like some kind of hoe dance. Like, I don't get it. It makes it sound like if she does this dance for this dude, then they're basically gonna be like married or like have to get married because it's like scandalous. And I'm like, and you're putting this in a religious movie? What the hell? Make it make sense. Like, people just being perverted out the ass. So that's interesting. And I'm kind of like into it now because girl is like growing, Vera's like growing some balls and shit and trying to be like, no. And like, you know, her mom's telling her, I mean, her mom kind of ain't wrong, and I feel like she's about to find out because they keep alluding to something that happened with her that like basically blew up, because there's also this like nasty white lady that wanted that role really bad. And basically now that Vera has the role, it's like she has the role and she kind of got that girl's ex-boyfriend flirting with her and messing around with her, and I just know that the thing that's about to happen is gonna be some shit with this white girl being real jealous. Hella jealous. She is so racist too. Like, oh my god, the white people in this are so racist. And Vera's like, I don't want to play like this basically like super condescending, like racist ass backup role thing for a different movie. And her agent's like, oh, you do this and then you can play a Japanese woman? Are you kidding me? So now we're just every ethnicity is interchangeable to these, oh my god, to these Hollywood people. And I'm just like, that's insane. That's insane. But yeah, I mean, that is how it used to be. Some bullshit, man. So, yeah, it's like historical. I mean, I feel like they still trying to pull some shit like that. Let's be for real. Let's be for real. So, it's like just, a little upsetting. Because I'm like, come again? Come again? Anyways, so, there's that. Okay, so I finished the 7th Veil of Salome, and just like, what a ride, man. That book was so racist. There was so much racism. And the end was, it deviated a little bit from what I kind of thought was gonna happen, but, yeah, bitches be crazy. Bitches be crazy. So I give it 3.5. I don't think this is like my favorite book by Sylvia Moreno Garcia, but it is still like worth a read, I think. Like, it was still intriguing because the drama. But so that was that. And then I also finished A Curse Carved in Bone. I think I forgot to update, but I finished this the other day. And like, I was very satisfied with this. Like, I liked how it I like how this ended. The oh, just like, I like in the sense that she just she's like, fuck it, I make my own fate. I'm like, yes, girl, do it. So this one I gave, did I give it 4? Did I give it 4.5? I think I gave it, let me just double check. It was in the 4s. I gave it 4.5. So yeah, I was into this. I was very into this. And yeah, this was a satisfying conclusion for me, and so yeah, I liked it. I am definitely keeping this book. No regrets on that. But so now, having finished those, I am now let me see the list. We are now at, I now have 15 out of 25 books left. It's already December, bro. Anyways, so I just grabbed the audio book for let's see. I grabbed the audiobook for Gifted and Talented. I also grabbed the audiobook for, oh shit, what is happening behind me? I also grabbed the audiobook for Blood and Steel. So we have those options, and then there's also found the audiobook for The Just Saw It Air. So it's gonna be one of these that I come with a, so I'm gonna come with an update for one of those, because at this point I'm just mood reading, because that's the best way to actually make it through this list, it seems. And so I think I'm leaning toward Blood and Steel or The Just Saw It Air. Like, I want fantasy romance. Anyways, so I think I'm going to either pick The Just Saw It Air or Blood and Steel, but I also started reading, not with an audiobook, but just with my regular ass eyeballs. I started reading The Blood Witch, which is the first one in this set of chronicles, the Osseous Chronicles. That's their last name. The book starts with her finding like a bag of bones on her table, and basically that means that she's the next bone witch, and that means that her grandma has passed away, and the bones have chosen her. So now she has to basically her whole life is going to change now, because now she can divine things with the bones in the bag and all of this other stuff. Like, now she has the magic. But she didn't pay attention that good in magic school when her grandma was trying to teach her, because now she don't remember shit. She's like, oh shit, hold up, I'm supposed to do this, and I'm supposed to do that, and she doesn't remember nothing. Like, she's not very good at doing magic, because she don't remember nothing. She don't remember anything that the grandma taught her, and she's like fuzzy on everything, because they all thought it was gonna be somebody else that was gonna get these bones, but it ended up being her. So yeah, now she has to figure that one out. So she's got a lot of studying to do. And it's the first day of being a bone witch. Then she has to find then she has to go to her grandma's shop, where she did all the readings with the bones and stuff. But things basically go awry immediately. There's immediately just like a dude chilling there that was like, I demand help, and then being psycho about it. So yeah, now she says immediately found herself in a situation because she did not pay attention in witch school. Basically, in her witch classes. So yeah. Yeah, don't ignore your grandma, girl. Shouldn't have ignored her grandma's lessons. But there you go. So this is already starting off interesting, because now she's bound to some other dude that went psycho. She's bound to a Now she's bound to a blood witch. So there's different kinds of witches in this, which is interesting. So I'm interested to see where it's gonna go. So far, it's different than what I thought. Like, I don't know what I thought it was gonna be, but this is interesting so far. So we're gonna see. It's a short book, so I'll just be updating that here and there. All right, so I read more of the Bone Witch, and I think I'm like a third of the way through, and it's obvious who the love interest is. This Rogan guy. He is condescending and cocky, but he's hot, and I'm just like, this girl just keeps thirsting after him, and I'm like, but he's an literal asshole. He's a literal asshole. Instead of just talking to you like a normal person and being like, I just really need help. Can I have your help with this? No, instead he's like, he makes her his familiar and like binds them together, because he is that much of a demanding asshole. And then it turns into this whole thing, like at every turn he's like, oh my god, what do you mean you don't know anything, blah, blah, blah. She already told you this is her first damn day on the job. Can you settle down? Like, settle down. This guy is just so full of himself, and he sucks, and I don't like him at all. Like, as a person, he sucks. But she's always like they're making eyes and did it like, oh, are you just gonna hate fuck or what? Because like, that's the only thing that's the only place I can see is going right now. He sucks. I do not like him. And I'm just like, what do you mean? Like, he just insulted you, and now you're gonna try and be like, girl, get it together. What are you doing? No. I just want to tell our main character, like, shit, I can't even think of her name right now. I'm just so annoyed. I'm like, get it together. No. Stop that shit immediately. Ugh. But anyway, so, another romance book with another shitty MC, because why? Like, male main character, because, like, the girl, other than her thirst for him, I generally like her. She has personality. And then, but, then we got this dude. He just sucks. I do not like this man. It's fantasy. It's a fantasy. And we still can't imagine men that don't suck in fantasy. Come on. He better get better. That's all I'm saying. Because right now, no. I read more of The Bone Witch, and I still don't like Rowan. I think that's the male lead's name, whatever. That guy has a pole in his butt, and he's settled down. Also, he has a lot of audacity. How are you gonna get all of somebody's business, ask for their help, or more like demand their help, come with all this shit, and then still, I don't know, act like what shows you even more? Like, this dude just acts like everybody owes him everything in the world. No, nobody owes you nothing, dude. Settle down. settle down. So I still don't like the guy. Our main character is still interesting. She's got personality, and I like her, but she's fun. That guy sucks. So, anyways, that's how that one's going. It's fun though. It's a fun read. Like stuff is like I feel like stuff's constantly going. It's kind of fast paced, and I'm into it. But I think I'm like 70% of the way through that. So soon, hopefully, I think I have like about 100 pages left, and then I'll be done with that. But okay, so I ended up reading Blood and Steel. And I did not update because there was legitimately like nothing really going on. So, for like the first half of this book. So, in the beginning, I mean, there kind of was, but kind of wasn't. So, we had a minute of our main character who is in a world where women are not allowed to train for battle, be a war sword. That's what they call the trained swordsmen, peoples, whatever. The people that do war in their world. The army, I guess. They're all swords, war swords, whatever. War swords, guardians. They got different levels. But anyway, so our girl, our main character, Thea, she just wants to train to be a war sword like real bad, but she's a woman, so they don't want to let her. And so she goes on this whole ass journey to the king of the mid realms or whatever, and it's like, hey, yo, bro, I want to train real bad. He's like, bro, you know we can't do that. And then, because there's a whole prophecy about a woman destroying them, and that's why women got like kicked out of it because there was women, but then after that they were like, well, we can't do that now. So they kicked her out of it, and yeah, so she wants to do real bad, but they don't want to let her, and basically some events happen and then they're like, oh my god, we're gonna let you do this after all, which I'm like, I mean, I get it, but also I don't get it. Like, you're risking everything for this. Okay, whatever. So that just kind of already felt like it still should have been a no if you're asking me, but okay, we gotta make a story. So, after that, I feel like a whole big chunk of this book could have just honestly been skipped because it is just basically like training montage. I mean, when I started, I was like, oh, this is a setup book. Like, I could tell that nothing was really gonna happen until we got to the end, and that's basically what happened. So, this is basically the friends we made along the way book. In order and training, lots of training montage. Like this, if this was a movie, it would be skipped over with a training montage, and then and then a little bit of horny time. But they really don't get together until later, and then it becomes this whole like I can't. Oh my god, the dude is so dramatic. It was really the dude just being dramatic because he's like, I I see his reasoning, but also he's just being dramatic. So, like they obviously have the hots for each other like this whole damn book, and really nothing happens until like toward the very end. And then he's like, no, I can't. He's such a diva, bro. The guy in this is such a diva. Honestly, why are these men always acting so dramatic and emo? Like, oh my god. I'm just like, this is so stupid. But at the same time, like, I'm kind of interested in where this is gonna go now because I knew it was gonna pop up at the end. I knew it was going to, and like, it did. It did, and now I kind of want to read the second one. But yeah, depending on how the second one goes, I think then I'll decide how I really feel about the series because yeah, like I said, this one's obviously like a setup book, which I'm not totally opposed to in fantasy, but I don't know, like it's just not the most solid start with this one. So I gave it 3 stars. I'm going to read the second one because I already have it anyways, and because I kind of want to know what's going on with that, and then I think from that we'll decide if this is a series I want to continue. So yeah, because I have Vows and Ruins right here. So I'm gonna give this one a shot, and then depending on how this one goes, then I think I'll really know how I feel about the series. But for now, I'm just kind of like certain things are kind of convenient, but then other things that were kind of more in the background are coming more to the forefront now, and this is the shit I actually care about. So we're gonna see. We're gonna see how things go in this, and see if emo boy stops being emo. But that's basically where we're at. And so having finished that one, let me see. I need to check the count again because that makes it. Looks like I still have 14 left. Anyways, so at this point, we are partway through December, and I have accepted that I am not finishing this challenge this year. I'm still gonna read these books. Like, there's still books I want to read, and obviously now, I realize the dangers now of adding these like series starters on here, because especially if the book's already out, because now I just want to continue the series. Like, I want to continue it while it's fresh in my mind. And that's a problem when some of these series that I have listed are like 16 books. Like, the first one I have listed is Assassin's Apprentice, and I'm like, that's 16 books for the whole, like, I mean, the first series I think is like a trilogy, so it's really only 3, but that whole world, once you get sucked in, it is 16 books. So, that's gonna be intense. But anyway, so that's what's happening. So we're gonna end this challenge here. I don't think that's even half. No, I read like 10. 4, 5, 6, 8, 10, 11. Okay, I read 11. I read 11 books off this list so far, and it'll be 12 once I finish the Bone Witch. Which, I don't know. This year has been crazy. This year has been crazy, and shit even went down this month. Whatever. 2025, we scrapping it. We're starting over, and we're hoping that 2026 is just gonna be better, because, this was not it. This year was not it. So, anyways, we're just gonna go back to mood reading, doing whatever the fuck I want in the next one. Yeah. So I'll catch y'all in the next vlog. This is where we're ending this one. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy Yule, whatever you celebrate. Have fun with it. I'll catch y'all in the next one.